frags just yet, but Shock finds Crew, and the Earthshatter comes in. It's massive! Paragon showing us it's his turf. White's now
and a pulse pop from Trev ends up getting the double kill there in the backline. Upgrade able to pick up. Oh goodness, here comes the Blizzard! Gonna look to get the inside.
And then the sleep though, and the nade in, and they don't even need a single ult here to win it other than Shatter. And Kavat taking out Sosher there from a mile away.
Upgrade taking a big throw. That's the long one. Oh, but
Paragon with another Shatter! That's three
Shatters! Getting none in the backline. This may be possible. It could be. It really could be the boom. Oh, still here.
Welcome to season 3. Welcome to season 3 of the Rose Cup. Season 3.
Welcome to season 3 of the Rose Cup.
Welcome to season 3.
Welcome to season 3 of the Rose Cup.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another amazing match at
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rose Cup Grand Master Division. My name is The Litzy, joined today by Matthew Tuesday. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
I am doing great. This is going to be my first time doing some casting here at the Rose Cup, and I can't wait to see what these two teams have to offer.
You and me both, my friend. Both brand new into the Rose Cup, and we're both just very excited to get this match underway.
So tonight it's going to be Hardrockers versus Damage Inc. Cryo. So, like I said, I am new to the Rose Cup here, but Grand Master League, and that's, you know, these teams are very practiced. They've been working together for a while. What do you think we're going to be seeing from these two teams, composition-wise, strategy-wise, that sort of thing?
With 222 the roll lock being introduced rather recently, the meta has been shifted up just all across the board. We could see just about anything. You could see the traditional Rein Zarya, maybe the Orisa Hog that's been tearing it up as of late. Who knows?
Seems like we have been seeing a lot of that. Orisa Hog, the Yoink and Oink is what I've seen it called as well. The May Reaper composition has been called 222 Goats. So, you know, who knows? We could even be getting some of that. So we are going to be getting into our first map, which is going to be Lijiang Tower. And so Lijiang Tower, control map, king of the hill. You have to take that center point. You have to hold it till you get to 100%. That isn't easy. So you have a lot of swaps between defense and offense. It's like playing a lot of tiny little rounds of 2 CP, but just 8 point, which is usually the favorite.
Especially here on, I believe this map is Night Market. There are a lot of hallways and choke points for on both sides, so more than likely from both teams we might see the May Reaper composition come out.
And there's also a lot of opportunity for environmental kills going over the side. So looking at these compositions, obviously they could see some few changes, but I am seeing one thing pretty interesting over on Hardrockers. Knight is going to be playing the Symmetra, which is something we don't get to see very often, but has been popping up every once in a while.
Symmetra especially working very well to defend the very enclosed space on the control point here with all her sentry turrets, and can really do a number with her ultimate, the big wall.
So, and also the slow that Symmetra, that those Symmetra turrets do is pretty devastating. So right now, Oscarman getting caught out by the wall a little bit. Atomic also having to get inside the immortality field, pulled out by a halt, cannot get enough heals, taken out by Lumpy. So now wanting to get up in there, Raven, caught by one of the Symmetra turrets a little bit, is able to stay alive, get healed up, and get back into the fight. Amplification Matrix up already. It's a lot of damage coming out, but the Coalescence is there to keep everybody nice and healthy on the side of Damage Inc. And so far, it's working. Unfortunately, Atomic is back. Having used the Wraith Form to get away, Raven misses the charge. There is the bongos, the Immortality Field to keep everybody alive, and there's the Symmetra Ultimate, a wall, cutting the field in half. Atomic trying to push forward, trying to get on top of Raven, is able to find the kill, and that is going to push Damage Inc. back quite a bit as they try to retreat now. They have no main tank, they have no barrier, and Knight realizes that. They're going to be taking out Pings and Salubri to push back Damage Inc.
I would just like you, I'd like you to notice how many ultimates were used just in the very first few seconds of the game. We had amplification, both amplification matrix. We had the coalescence, and we had the big wall from Symmetra.
It was huge. Now, caught us out of Graviton Surge. The Immortality Field and the barrier keeps everybody alive, but not for long. There is the Coalescence and Raven swinging that hammer around. Atomic cannot pull that back with the Death Blossom, and that is going to be a team kill and point take for Damage Inc. And now wanting to engage yet again. There's a halt. Atomic, when you get up in there, there's a blizzard, but it isn't going to connect to too much. Oxaman able to use that fortify to keep on moving around, and in fact, that's going to be a double kill, a triple kill coming for the side of Hardrockers here. They're going to start taking the point. Knight putting out a lot of damage with that beam. Going to clean up the point here as Pings goes over the edge.
I was going to say before that fight started that we had Haptic with the Blizzard up and online ready, but it immediately, as soon as I went to say it, of course, the fight engaged. But on the side of Damage Inc., we do have the Death Blossom online ready for another engage.
Atomic caught up by a wall a little bit, but able to get out of there. Oxaman getting right up in the front, using that Fortify to not have to worry about that May freeze. There's the whole hog cranking away, and it's going to be taking out Ping. Skyscraper, or Skysurfer rather, just decides to go over the edge to deny ult charge while Lumpy gets taken out.
We saw the big Symmetra wall from Knight there, cutting the field in half, making sure that Hardrockers had just that much more safety in the engage against Damaging.
Haptic tries to get through onto the point, is not able to do it, and that is going to be objective secured for Hardrockers.
We saw there at the very end the amplification matrix going up, it actually right in, perfectly centered in the doorway of the choke there, just raining damage down onto Hardrockers. They could not get through to contest that last point there.
Yeah, and it's sometimes a difficult thing to do. Realizing that, I think that Hardrockers are holding up very far forward, which was a smart move for them. And it looks like they're going to be running the same composition. Knight on the Symmetra, where there's not going to be any changes on the side of Damage Inc.
Here on the control center, the Symmetra again is works pretty much the same way as most of the point. There's a lot of walls, there's a lot of places for the sim turrets to get some good sightlines.
And there it starts. Symmetra turrets getting handled pretty quickly by Damage Inc. They want to start moving forward. Right now, it's Hardrockers. That is standing on the point. Also brings the people in, but there's not going to be anything to follow through on that. In fact, a hook comes in and picks up Skysurfer is going to fall. Raven close to fall. No main tank. To the side of Damage Inc. Halt pulls in the Diva. D-Mech trying to get on the point. Contested a little bit. Isn't able to do so for long. Lumpy gets taken out. That is going to be point taken for Hardrockers.
The second Cheetah Main got that hook, we just allowed Knight to just hold down the left, like WM1, and immediately the Moira gets hooked from the side of Damage Inc.
That's a very common thing with this yoink and oink. You got to be incredibly careful of those halts. Diva needs to be on top, making sure that the eat is there, the defense matrix is there to stop them, or you need to be able to shield that hook in some way. There is the Blizzard. Will Hardrockers be able to deal with it? Looks like pretty much everyone is able to get out of it except for Atomic and Cheetah Main. But will they be able to hold this? Symmetric barrier is up. Havoc trying to get on top of the enemy isn't quite able to do so. Now, on the point, on that backline, there is Sky Surfer, able to pick up a kill onto the lost side. Knight is one of the last ones trying to contest it. Now, just that Lucio, Big Ben, won't be able to do it for long. Atomic is back as well as Cheetah Main, trying to contest it just a little while longer. Isn't able to do it for long. The point is going to transfer over to Damage Inc. after 62% capture.
Like you said, the main point of the Yoink and Oink is, of course, the Yoink, so that the Oink can get the pick. And Cheetah Main going down first at the beginning of the fight really secured the fight for them.
It is huge. Atomic frozen there, able to stay alive though, thanks to some healing from Lost Sight. Big Ben was taken out after trying to get onto the point, or contesting it a little while, not able to do it for long. Atomic have to use the Ray Form to get out. There is the Symmetra field yet again to try and split the point, have create some place for the team to work around. Sky Surfer used the Death Blast to take out Knight, but was stunned out of it. What didn't mean too much. Able to stay alive and continue to contest. Now, trying to stay alive a little while longer. Lost Sight isn't going to be able to do it. Gets taken out.
When the Roadhog isn't able to secure a pick with his hook, most of the damage from the side of Hardrockers is actually just mitigated. So if Cheetah Main misses the hook or fails to get the pick with the hook that he lands.
And thank you, Jada. I do appreciate it. Now, it looks like Knight is on the point doing work, putting out a lot of damage, but there's the Blizzard. Atomic doesn't care, though, getting past it, using the Death Blossom to pick up a quad. Knight coming in to clean it up. That's going to be a point capture. After 75%, there's not too many fights left on this point.
Hello. Hello. My ultimate is charging.
And now Raven getting up in that field. The shield can't stand for long, especially with the amplification matrix up. Too much damage coming through that doorway. Instead, Damaging decides to wait it out. Now, will they be able to get up there? 2 halts, 1 connects, but nothing to follow through from Damage Inc.'s. Wall goes up, now trying to push forward through the Symmetra ultimate. There is the Coalescence. Celebrate is able to get a kill on tonight, but will that be enough? There's the whole hog to say it might not, but frozen out of it. Cheetah Main has to retreat, use the take a breather. Raven wanting to push up, able to use the hull to bring people back in, using the Fortify to dodge the hook, trying to output damage to Cheetah Main, but they're just so much health in that Roadhog. Able to use the take breather, getting it overtime, taking down, able to be contested a little while longer, sitting at 99% overtime, ticking down, not able to contest it. That is it. Hardrockers is going to take Lijiang Tower.
You said it earlier, so much health in the Roadhog, and that is really what the Hardrockers were banking on, making sure that their Roadhog was able to just get the good picks of, like, the ones on the Moira, the ones on Sky Surfer, the ones on Lumpy Milk, on the Lucio. You see again, big Death Blossom from Atomic with a little bit of assistance from the Orisa OG Scat Main, I apologize. Pulling them into the Death Blossoms to secure the team kill, basically winning them the map.
The OG Scatman was doing such a great job there on the Orisa, protecting the team incredibly well. Great halt and great synergy with Cheetah Main to get that halt and hook the Yoink and Oink, because that's why it works so well. The halt is able to pull people out from behind a barrier, and then it's an easy hook into the team. So able to utilize that very well. Hardrockers is able to take Lijiang Tower. Will they be able to keep it up in the next map? Looks like it is going to be Hanamura. We'll be getting into that before too long. What do you think Damage Inc. might try to do to counter this composition?
Honestly, I don't know, to be honest. Really, the counter for the Yoink and Oink is shutting down the Oink to make sure that the Roadhog cannot get the hooks. Things like a Maywall, things like high mobility characters, Tracer, Genji, dive-oriented characters to make sure that they don't get pulled into the Roadhog hook. So
they
maybe a sort of dive composition, perhaps on Hanamura.
There has been a swap here. Sky Surfer has been swapped for Hedwig, which changes things a little bit. Hedwig plays a whole lot of Widowmaker, so that could be what they're banking on, trying to get some high instance damage to take care of those people, especially the Symmetra, who is doing really good work. Knight doing a very solid job on that champion. We'll see if that continues on in Hanamura. There are lots of opportunities for the Symmetra, so Knight may be staying on that.
I apologize, my throat today, just a little bit parched. But, you know, you said,
gotta have that bottle of water sitting on your desk. Gotta hydrate. You need to get yourself hydration bot for just daily life.
Daily life. Make sure to stay hydrated, kids.
Make an app. I'll make an app that reminds people to stay hydrated. It'll be great. I'll make millions. All it does is just pings you every once in a while. It's like, hey, drink water. Not soda.
Quick scheme there. There you go. That's how you avoid cavities as well. Don't drink soda. Soda's bad for you kids.
It's not a great hydrator. Have it in moderation. But looking at this, we are having a few different composition changes, especially on Knight, swapping over to the Ashe. We'll see if Knight can transfer from a tracking hero to a long-range hit scan, more Twitch-based hero. And also Big Ben is going to be on the Ana for heals.
And on the side of Damage Inc., we are, instead of going for they're looking for the Ryan Zarya composition. Hopefully, maybe they'll just go more of a Goat's playstyle, run into the point, and, take control.
And now there is the Hanzo doing a great job of providing a lot of information, using that recon arrow very effectively, wanting to push in, but it's very difficult to push up against that Orisa, but they're going to do it. Damaging, going in. The wall doesn't catch anybody, but does provide some cover. Raven caught off a little bit by multiple directions. OG Scatman able to get on there with Atomic, able to get the kill, but the point is being contested here. That first tick is almost gone. You're going to have to get on there. You're going to have to contest it. It does do so just before that tick is taken. Will they be able to take this point back? They're going to want to do it now. Knight is able to take out Haptic. Pink taking a little bit of damage from that Dynamite. Celebri falling pretty low, but able to heal back up. There is that Graviton Surge, but the Immortality Field keeps everybody alive and healthy. There's the Amplification Matrix outputting a lot of damage. Now, will they be able to do it? There are the Bongos, but just after the Blizzard goes down. So it goes down quickly. OG Skyman and Lost Sight both down. The wall goes up to try and stop any sort of contention of the point, but Bob is there, and Bob is able to pick up a double kill. Now Lumpy trying to use the bell as cover. Won't be able to do it for too long. That first take still hasn't been gotten. There it is. And will they be able to keep it going? So far, it is just Lumpy and Celebri on the point, able to stay on it until Ping gets there. And now Raven is there as well, trying to swing away, trying to contest the point a little while longer. Is Atomic knocked out of the mech? Will they be able to stay alive? As well as Big Ben on the Lucio, but now going to start getting focused on Moira is especially good at taking out Lucios, as well as Reinhardt, and that is going to be point A.
Early on in the fight, Big Ben did manage to get a rather huge sleep on Hedwig, which perhaps stalled the point just a little bit longer, since Hedwig wasn't able to maybe freeze one of the characters and get a pick on the side of Hardrockers.
Captain Jack saying I could sell anything in chat. I did used to be a salesperson at Best Buy, so there you go. Now, wanting to push up here, their Lost Scythe pushed off a little bit, able to use that passive to get back up onto the point. OG Scatman wanting to jump up, doesn't quite get all the way up there. Now looking to get on the point. There are the dragons coming from behind. Raven quickly getting out of them, but dropping pretty low in the meantime. Hammer down goes down though, knocking down the side of Hardrockers. Will they be able to contest the? Seems like they are going to have to go for the trickle as the 2 ticks have been gotten. Will they be able to contest? Knight gets caught in the Graviton Surge, not able to contest it. And that is going to be round 1 complete with 4 minutes in the time bank.
0-2, switching sides.
Earlier on, remember, if you recall, 15 seconds ago, I did say Big Ben hit a big sleep on Hedwig. Well, that's it.
Pretty much.
There was a point I was gonna make, but Hedwig, just a fantastic wall. He blocked off about half of the Hardrockers from contesting the point, giving Damage Inc. just enough time to charge up that Graviton Surge and you know, grab the rest of them off the point, keep them off, securing the map win.
Just as the Doomfist was trying to get there, a quick Graviton Surge to keep him in place. Absolutely huge. Hello, Elfie, and hello, Azar. I do remember you, Azar. And it's been a pretty great time here so far. Now, what is Hardrockers going to do to make up for this? They have to. They want to try and take point B with more than 4 minutes and 3 seconds in their time bank. And that is not an easy thing to do. Looks like they're going to go with a little bit more of the same. Kanan on the Reaper with Knight back on the Symmetra.
5, 4, 3,
With the Symmetra on attack, we might be seeing the tried and true solo queue teleport to point. What are they going to do?
I mean, they're going to have to deal with that somehow. We'll see how they do it. Wanting to fall back for the point for that choke a little bit. Going to be seeing Damaging, being very cautious. Haptic. Now there is the teleport. Hardrockers on the point. Will they be able to hold onto it? Looks like they're going to be doing a pretty good job right now with Hedwig down. That is a lot of CC missing with Raven down. No main tank for the side of Damage Inc. Wanting to contest this a little while longer. So Libri is there but gets taken out. That is a pretty convincing point take here.
Perhaps the linchpin for Damage Inc. is having Knight on the Symmetra. The Symmetra seems to be working out fantastically for them.
Seems like it, and they're going to be using the teleporter again to get up onto the flank, but caught down inside of the bridge. That's going to be both the tanks and Kanan going down. Will they be able to hold up on there? Instead, they decided to take the teleporter back. Now, is their strategy discovered, and will Damage Inc. be able to predict this next time it happens?
By the dragon.
We saw huge dragon strike from Haptic, cutting off. I do not believe Haptic got a secured kill with the dragon strike, but the zoning ultimate doing its work, making sure that Hardrockers were not able to stay grouped up for that team fight.
OD Scatman caught on the wrong side of a Maywall, is able to get support from their team thanks to that Symmetra wall, but does fall after getting a kill on 2 pings. Now, will they be able to take the point? Knight, frozen, gets taken out by Lumpy. Anna trying to do work, trying to provide heals, and is doing a good job of it, but not enough for Kaden, who does fall. Will they be able to stay up any longer? Big Ben going for the retreat. Atomic isn't able to make it.
Hedwig once again with the beautiful Maywalls, able to keep OG Scatman away from the rest of his team, managing to secure a pick, basically 110% carrying that fight on his own.
Looks like the side of Hardrockers wants to go up to the high ground now. And predicting this, seems like Damage Inc. now setting up on the high ground as well. Now, how are they going to deal with this? OG Scatman getting hit by the Hanzo from behind. Go ahead and be careful about that. Knight dropping, getting hit by one of the arrows, dropping a little bit low. But another instead has to go for the health back instead of engaging onto the point. And caught under the bridge, OG Scatman is taken out. Will Knight be able to get out of there alive? He is able to pick up a kill on the way, but does fall in the end.
We saw there before they even an engage really happened. Haptic was able to chunk out Big Ben with a few well-placed storm arrows, allowing the Moira damage orb to pick up the kill, really stopping any engage attempts with being down one support.
Enemy contact.
And there are a lot of ultimates on the field right now. 4 ultimates on the side of Hardrockers, but there's the Dragons inside of the Graviton, the classic combo. Gonna be taking out OG Scatman and lost sight. Will they be able to stay alive? Haptic caught inside of Graviton Surge themselves, taken out. Now, just 2 members of Hardrockers on the point, deciding to go for a little bit of retreat. Atomic is there as well now. There's the hammer down, instantly smiting Big Ben off of the point, and that's going to be another defense.
Am I just reading that right? I am.
Thanks.
And so now sitting at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. That's going to be, that's already below the time bank of Damage Inc. here. But will they even be able to take the point right now? They haven't been able to get a tick so far. We all know how difficult this point can be. Caught a little bit by a Maywall. The team gets cut in half as Hardrocker tries to move forward. A hammer down does knock down Raven, allowing for a kill. But will they be able to now? 2 members down, 3 members down. OG or Damage Inc. trying to contest the point now. Halfway to 1 tick. In the back, Pings doing work on the Zarya, sitting at a very high charge, outputting a lot of damage. There's the Graviton Surge, catching 3 members. Haptic is there on the Tracer, trying to do some work. Can't do it for long. Does get a kill onto Big Ben, dropping incredibly low, though, is able to get out for the heal. Cannon, nano boosted, is outputting a lot of damage. Raven swapped over to the Hammond, contested the point a little bit faster now, but a Hammond of their own. Atomic is there trying to do work, has to back out though, trying to retreat yet again. A 1 minute and 32 seconds left.
I think we can all agree the massive amount of damage that is Zarya at full charge. It is just insane. Pings absolutely destroying that fight, even getting taken out of the fight by Knight, getting punched down to the underside here. He was able to come back and just clear house.
Absolutely. Now once again through the wall, caught out by the wall. Knight on the Doomfist, having to back up, gets taken out by the burn from the dynamite. There's just 50 seconds left as now Hardrockers trying to take the point, but they're falling 1 by 1. Lumpy Milk getting the team kill.
Huge ash grenade by Haptic, really putting the damage on just a big wide area. Most of the Hardrockers were caught in that explosion, allowing for Lumpy Milk and Hedwig to just basically clean up after that one. And now we're looking at a topside engage. Perhaps a last-ditch effort with 15 seconds left on the clock.
They are sitting on that Death Blossom. They may be able to pull it off. Knight going on a little bit of flank, caught out a little bit by the Ash, trying to stay alive. Can't do it for long. There's the Death Blossom picking up a double, isn't able to get a kill onto Raven straight away, but able to follow up on later. The Blizzard on the point catches OG Scatman, but stays alive. There's the hammer down. Lumpy caught in it. There's the Colossus trying to contest the point a little while longer. Haptic gets taken out. Celebri wants to get on, instead dodges the charge. OG Scatman caught in a charge of their own. Raven doing a lot of work. There is the Meteor Strike, doesn't catch anybody straight away, but able to follow up with a double kill. Raven, the last one contested the point, now joined by Lumpy. Doing good work. Atomic caught by the ground pound, but it's hard to stay, hard to take out a May as a Hammond Now using the Glacier to solid even longer. There is Bob. That's a lot of health to take out on the point. That's a lot of contention. Atomic gets it taken out. Now trying to catch the point. 3 members of the side of Hardrockers. Will they be able to stand? They cannot. That is going to be damaging Cryo taking Hanamura.
Play of the game.
And Haptic picking up the play of the game on the Ash. We're seeing Knight caught by that skillfully thrown dynamite, triggered at the perfect time to get the damage on to Knight. Now, that's looking pretty good for 2 sides here. Right now, we're sitting at 1-2-1.
You see, this is why you check your equipment before you start anything, because my headset decided, hey, we're just gonna stop.
Ah,
Okay. 1-1, Hardrockers and Damage Inc. Cryo head to head right now, tied up. We did see the big Ash Dynamite from Haptic. You know what? I wasn't. Technical difficulties really just kill your momentum.
Hardrockers was able to take a pretty convincing win onto Lijiang Tower, but Damage Inc. doing the same on Hanamura. Which team will be able to secure the third map, and who will be able to get the win? We're going to find out after the break.
Get down. Get down. Get down. The bass and sound. 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 Down for the bass and sound. bass and sound. Bass and bass and bass and sound.
He has all.
Where's Rail? Oh, there he is. Rail's hacked. That's.
Nice.
Kill Zarya. Don't allow it.
Zarya.
It's just Zarya, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rose Cup. It's Hardrockers versus Damage in Kryowolf, and it's been a pretty riveting match so far. My name is the Litzy, joined today by Matthew Tuesday. What do you think about these matches that we've seen up until now?
So far, they have been pretty even. Hardrockers and Damage Inc. Cryo have both had a chance to shine both on the Hanamura map we just saw and the King's Row. That's not King's Row. The Lijiang Tower. That's what I was.
Hanamura and Lijiang, that's right.
Exactly.
But King's Row is going to be our next map of the night.
King's Row, a hybrid map, completely different from the first two maps that we played on today.
So we do play, we try to play one of each type, and that this is going to be our hybrid map. Lots of long sight lines and narrow choke points, especially right at the beginning here. How do you think these teams are going to tackle it from what we've seen so far?
Well, with King's Row being a lot more open than the first two maps we played on, we might not see the Knight Symmetra coming around this time, but we might see more Widowmaker, might see more Ashe taking advantage of the long sight lines, especially right here on the first capture point before we get the payload running.
And now we're going to get to take a look and see what these teams are thinking about going. Looks like on defense, it is more of the same. So that Big Ben is now playing the Zenyatta, relying more on the Transcendence and the extra damage to come from the Discord Orb.
And of course, Knight making me eat my words on the Symmetra tier for the defense. Symmetra does work very well on this very first defense, since this is one of the harder chokes in the game to push, and the sim turrets on either side of the wall really can put a disruption. Just throw a big wrench in your offense plans.
3, 2, 1.
And so now the gates are open. Both teams going at each other. So Liberty swapping over to the Ana, which is going to be pretty interesting. Halt comes in, Hook follows up, doesn't connect. And now the Maywall to provide some cover as Damage Inc. starts moving around the statue. Halt comes in, but the Reinhardt goes up as well. Nobody gets hooked. Fire Strike gets blocked by their own Maywall. Both teams trying to find an opportunity to go in on each other. Halt comes in, Hook to follow up, doesn't connect yet again. Have they figured out how to counter that? Now wanting to go in, Raven gets taken out now with no main tank. Damage Inc. They're a little bit skittish about going in. Getting hit by that Symmetra turtle, a little bit pings, gets taken out on the flip side. Salubri and Sky Surfer as well.
Had the Maywalls from Hedwig been on the defensive side, it might have been... You know what? It's not even it. It's okay.
And now there is the Maywall. Doesn't catch anybody. Nobody caught off. Nobody is going to be separated from their team today. But Halt comes in. Hook follows through. Nobody caught on it, though. Now, nano boosted Raven is in the back line as that Winston is going to be doing a lot of work there, taking out Kanan the Hanzo, getting right into the back, and that's going to be OG Scatman and Knight down as well. Atomic trying to stay alive a little while longer. The Blizzard means they're not going to stay alive for long. That looks like that's going to be a point A take.
The big jump in from Raven on the Winston, disrupting the yoink and oink, as we like to call it here, allowing the Sky.
No, I said it was going to be a point A take, but maybe not. Coming in at 98.3%, with Raven being the last to fall, trying to get away. So Lubri is taken out. That is a clutch retake.
Sky Surfer did his best to get the picks necessary to get that 98.3% on the capture point, but there we go. The Hardrockers able to just run back just in time to get the recontest.
And so now trying to hold on to the point yet again. Raven going up onto the high ground for now, possibly to move into the backline, but lost a lot of health in doing that. Hedwig on the Widowmaker trying to do some work, and there is the engage, but the Transcendence is there to keep everybody nice and healthy through that Dragon Strike, and one of their own Hardrockers. Not gonna be able to get any kills, but does do a little bit of zoning. And right now, 56 seconds left. That's not a lot of time to take this last tick of point A.
We almost have the amplification matrix online on the side of Hardrockers. Perhaps they can use that to just put enough damage onto the Orisa shield to break it open and bust out that last 2% they need.
And now there's the amplification matrix putting out a lot of extra damage. Working to position behind it. Atomic now pushing up towards the enemy team. Raven is in the back, did take out Kanan, and once it continues to work, isn't able to get back to the team though. Now Hook and Sky Surfer taken out. That is a lot of contest missing. 15 seconds left. That's going to be enough time to get back with the team though, as OG Scatman is taken out with no main tank. Will Hardrockers be able to hold on to point A? Pings knocked out of the mech. We'll be trying to get that back. There's Raven. Going to be using Primal Rage and jumping off the point, trying to get to that backline. Now there's the Transcendence contest to the point. Just in time. Overtime is going to be staying now, and there is the Dragon Strike. Pings caught in the middle of it, is taken out, but has the nuke to get that mech back and is able to get a double kill as the shield goes down just in time. Kanan taken out by the Doomfist. That is going to be a point A take, but in overtime.
The big Dragon Strike on Ping. They thought that they were going to be able to do something with the last tank on the side of Damage Inc. Taken down, but Pings did have the Diva Bomb online, able to get her mech back immediately. And also secured the big 2 picks on OG Scatman and Atomic, securing them the point.
And the payload moves forward, holding at the corner. Hardrockers wanting to find an opportunity to stop the payload here, but will they be able to do it? Having to back up a little bit. Sky Surfer is taken out, but gets a kill in turn. Now with 1 less support, there's the whole hog, pushing everybody back, and it was going through the amplification matrix, but now not a whole lot is connecting through it. Kaden able to get a kill as well as Atomic, as now Pings is nano boosted. And they are starting to engage. Does have a lot of charge as well, doing a lot of damage. There is the Sound Barrier as well. Hit by the anti-nade. Hardrockers are having to fall back quite a bit as OG Scatman is taken out. Atomic is able to pick up a kill onto Pings. The payload slowly moves forward. Now it is at the corner, going to be providing a little bit of cover for the side of Damage Inc. as they start moving towards this checkpoint. Atomic caught on the wrong side of a wall. Hit by the sleep, hammered down. Everything is happening, but the Immortality Field keeps them alive. There's the Symmetra ultimate, going to be splitting the field in half. Baywall goes up, provides some cover. Pings sent back a little bit. Now Raven caught a little bit by that Symmetra turret. The Zarya bubble is there to give a little bit of protection, a little bit of extra damage to the team. Now, there's the Graviton Surge, but the Transcendence keeps them alive. A Dragon Strike in return. Raven trying to get a charge, doesn't quite connect, and now gets taken out by Knight. There's just 20 seconds left for Damage Inc. here. Will they be able to take the point? Right now, they have to wait for some respawns, and now here is the stall. Sky Surfer gets taken out, and Hedwig on the retreat, trying to get away with 8 seconds left. Will they even be able to contest the point? There's Lucio Lumpy getting on there, but gets taken out just in time. Overtime is triggered, but it's ticking down fast. Looks like there isn't going to be any contest. That is round 1.
That Dragon Strike from Kanan coming out in the middle of the Graviton Surge that his team was being held in, zoning off Raven the Reinhardt, to making sure he can't get any hammer swings inside of that huge grab, perhaps costing him an Earthshatter, and perhaps securing them that victory. On that
it was a lot happening at once, but now Hardrockers is looking at a pretty good setup for their offense around here.
Payload was only able to be pushed 78 meters, not very far from the original control point. So if Hardrockers are able to get a quick capture, they might be able to snowball it from their very first capture.
Right, we'll see if Damage Inc. has an answer for this right now. It looks like it's going to be Sky Surfer on the Junkrat. Probably going to be sitting up on that high ground. Going to be outputting a lot of damage through there. Also, Hedwig sitting on the McCree. Does have that new fire rate. Well, not exactly new, but does have that increased fire rate. Able to output a lot of damage.
We're going to see a very similar composition from both sides. The Ryan Zarya with the Lucio and Moira support lineup. Some big heals and some big mobility for both teams.
Right now, wanting to use that mobility, OG Scatman pushing up, keeping that front line. Raven up there as well, protected by those Zarya bubbles, able to put the Fire Strike out there, getting quite a bit of ultimate charge already. OG Scatman gets taken out. Lumpy does get taken out on that return. Wanting to utilize their spawn advantage, Hardrockers is staying up, staying in front on here, putting a lot of damage onto Raven, able to put up the shield for a little bit, able to get that Zarya bubble, but is taken out. Now, with no main tank, OG Scatman is back, ready to output some hammer justice here. Having to retreat into the hotel. Pings gets taken out on the flip side, as well as Sky Surfer. And that Coalescence Orb thrown in there, bouncing around, takes out Celebri. Now, it's really just Raven to contest it, not going to be doing so. Instead, opting for no stagger, a wise choice as OG Scatman pushes up, wants to secure that kill, and does get it. That is devastating for the side of Damage Inc.
The hyper-aggressive play that they opted for with the Symmetra teleporting to the point actually worked out in their favor with the Junkrat and the McCree. They really, Junkrat and McCree, they really like to keep their distance somewhat, making sure to pretty more spam-oriented damage onto a Ryan Sharp teal or tough team.
Caught inside of Graviton Surge, the sound barrier is put up, but Hedwig is able to get a double kill with the high noon. Is looking a little bit dire for Hardrockers as they do have to retreat to the spawn.
It was a huge Graviton Surge from Pings, getting at, I believe, 3 of members of the Hardrockers, able to secure the high noon.
And a sneaky hammer down from Raven. A very risky play pays off in big ways as Hardrockers is once again sent back to the spawn.
Using both tank ultimates to secure 2 fights in a row. They were able to secure the 2 fights, but the only ultimate that Damage Inc. has online is that Junkrat ultimate.
But wanting to take the aggression here, there's the hammer down. Doesn't seem to catch anybody though from OG Scatman. Does get a charge onto Raven. Return charge does not happen, but frozen in the backline. OG Scatman is taken out. No main tank for the side of Hardrockers. Will they be able to take this point? It's getting pretty close, and they have plenty of time. Symmetra barrier is up and has been doing a lot of great work for the team. And Knight is able to actually pick up a little bit of a cheeky kill onto Raven with no main tank. On the side of Damage Inc., Hardrockers knows that they have the advantage and they're going to be taking the aggression. Knocked a little bit into the team. OG Scatman is sealed off by a wall, does get knocked down in time for a little bit of heals, but just in time for the Graviton Surge. And Junkrat puts a lot of damage into it, but it is so close to that point. 4 meters left. Raven is the last one contesting. Celebri is there to provide heals now. There's the hammer down. Lost Scythe gets taken out, but there's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. But it seems like they just want to take this aggression. They just want to take these fights right now. Hardrockers wanting to get on top of the enemy team, able to take out Raven. There it is, able to take King's Row. Hardrockers bringing it 2-1.
We did see that Earthshatter come out, solo Earthshatter, for the Moira on the side of Damage Inc. Perhaps in the solo Shatter might have been what cost them that point. That Earthshatter may have been better utilized on the rest of the team rather than just the Moira. But either way, Hardrockers take King's Row.
That's one risky thing about having the music on, is sometimes it goes just when the payload is close to its destination. I think that maybe Raven thought that it was closer to the end of the game, didn't think that Hardrockers would be able to contest again that quickly.
The aggression really favoring the Hardrockers there, able to just keep the fight going pretty much the entire game. Aside from maybe the 2 fights that they dropped to Damage Inc. The aggression really giving them the advantage, keeping the pressure on Damage Inc., able to whittle them down, and with their spawn advantage being so close to the final point the payload needed to be pushed to, they just won the war of attrition, quite frankly.
Seems like it, as now both teams figuring out what they are going to do on what could be the last map of the day. If Hardrockers gets the win, but Damage Inc. They got to be feeling the pressure now, and they are going to be wanting to take this map and bring it to map 5.
Do you ever just have your rendering device be lost and Overwatch fade to black?
That's I have had that problem. Might need to update your drivers.
We'll,
It happens.
I'll get that going as fast as I can.
And now looks like the next map is going to be Watchpoint Gibraltar. Lots of opportunities here for both teams. What do you think is the strategy that we're going to be seeing from both teams? Really, it seems like we are seeing some variation, but not a whole lot.
Well, the patented yoink and oink, obviously. Especially on this map, Watchpoint Gibraltar, you do have several places you can hold up on the high ground, up on the down on the low ground where the payload needs to come through, and Hardrockers might be going for their patented yoink and oink, which actually is quite effective, especially on this map, on both offense and defense with the support of the payload.
And it looks like on the defense, we're actually going to be seeing something pretty interesting. We're going to be seeing a dive composition. OG Scatman swapping over to the Winston, which we seen a little bit, but not a whole lot. And we're going to be seeing Knight on the Doomfist. That is somebody who is not Symmetra, so this is definitely cause for occasion. And as far as the offense, we're going to be seeing some more dive as Raven is on the Winston as well. And Pings is on the Diva. So Hedwig is going to be on the Widowmaker looking for some cheeky picks. And we'll see if that plays out as the round starts. Raven straight away trying to get a halt onto anyone who might be inside of that room. Does not connect. Right now, Hardrockers holding pretty far back as they're wanting to pull the enemy team towards them. Both lost sight, getting taken out. That is a lot of healing that is going to be missing for OG Scatman, who is still up in that front line. Gets taken out while trying to go through the enemy Ana. And with Knight going down as well, it's going to be pretty devastating for Hardrockers as they have to fall back a little bit towards that next checkpoint, or rather towards the first checkpoint. And now waiting to regroup. Atomic taking a lot of damage, gets demeched, won't be able to get back to the team, instantly taken out. That's a pretty devastating stagger. Not having that Diva available to them, not having the defense matrix. OG Scatman gets taken out yet again. Kaden, though, coming in for a quick double kill. Will they be able to keep it up? They don't have a lot of support. Big Ben was hit by that anti-nade and does get taken out by Raven, realizing the opportunity, engaging straight away. And it seems like Hardrockers has practiced this attrition battle right here. As one by one they come out, Knight is able to take out Pings with Atomic's help and is now getting onto the point, is able to secure it with the help of the rest of the team. And now we'll see how they continue into this next part.
Going to throw in some blind comments as, of course, I am unable to see the match, but the Hardrockers, this aggressive playstyle seems to be working extremely well in their favor against Damage Inc. Damage Inc. just don't seem to be able to keep their bearings long enough for the attrition to really stop affecting them.
Raven used the Primal Rage to try and get up in the enemy team, was taken out in the meantime, but not without getting some work of their own done. Not able to get the Meteor Strike on there in time. Knight does lose contention of the point, and that is going to be a checkpoint taken for the side of Damage Inc. So far, 4 minutes and 7 seconds left. That's not a whole lot of time, but it's certainly pretty respectable. Hedwig has swapped over to the Sombra and is now sitting at at an EMP. We'll be using that probably pretty soon, straight away. Using the EMP to hack 3 members at Knight, Atomic, and OG Scatman. Scatman is going to get taken out. Raven now nano boosted, is outputting a lot of damage onto that point. Onto Knight, who is going to be able to get away for now. Healed up by the Ana, wanting to engage again onto the backline, try and provide some protection for Atomic, who has been knocked out of the mech. Cannot do it though, as both of them do fall to that Damage Inc. aggression. Raven wanting to get on there, pushing forward, jumping forward, able to take out Lost Scythe and Big Ben. That's a pretty devastating stagger, as both supports have been taken out on the side of Hardrockers. Now, that is difficult for them. They now have to wait for those spawns, and that is going to be giving up a lot of space, as now the payload is approaching that checkpoint. Contesting it, OG Scatman is going to be going on with Kanan, who has used the Dragon Strike, or the Dragon Blade, doing a lot of work. Dragon Strike used by Sky Surfer was followed up on, was taken out. Now, wanting to contest the point, longer Raven used the Primal Rage, but gets slept straight away, and that is one angry monkey told to take a nap, and has calmed down now back to regular form. Doesn't mean that they have become any less useful as they take out Lost Sight. Now, wanting to get onto the back line. OG Scatman slept in return. Going to be taken out. Knight swapped over to the Soldier, is holding that high ground, outputting a lot of damage, jumped up upon by Raven. Raven taking too much damage, gets taken out. That is going to be a point secure for the team. Both teams start gauging what this next offense is going to look like. Kind of look at ultimates. Right now, the side of Hardrockers is sitting on 2. That is the Sound Barrier and the Nano Boost, both of support ultimates, and that can provide a lot of utility for the team. Hedwig trying to get some ult charge, does have that translocator ready, able to get out. It's able to get quite a bit of ult charge, sitting at 90%. They're able to just get 10 more %, then that could completely nullify the 2 ultimates that Hardrockers are sitting on. Also, looks like Kings does have an ultimate of their own. We round out 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. There's the EMP. Atomic, caught by it, isn't able to dodge the nuke that comes out, is taken out. There is the auto visor, the tac visor, outputting a lot of damage. Sky Surfer not able to escape from it. Raven wanting to engage on Lost Sight, does get the kill, but will that be enough? There's 55 seconds left, as now Raven and Lumpy Milk are the last to fall. It's all going to come down to one more fight here. Hedwig does get a kill onto OG Scatman, and does fall in return, but didn't manage to get a pretty decent kill there. The main thing is that only really only 2 ultimates were used in that defense, and now looks like Hardrockers are going to be sitting on 4 of their own. That is a lot of resources available to them on this defense, as now the side of Damage Inc. uses their only ultimate, the Nano Boost, on to Raven, outputting a lot of damage instantly, engaging that high ground, hit by the anti-nade though. Is going to have to be pretty careful. Has worn off, is able to get some heals now, getting onto the back line. Kanan isn't able to get any kills with that Dragon Blade, as they were zoned out by Sky Surfer on the Doomfist. Now it's going to come down to this fight. Raven using the Primal Rage is able to get up onto the high ground to take out Knight. That's a lot of DPS missing for the side of Hardrockers. Knocked off the point. OG Scatman shortly taken out afterwards. This payload is going to be approaching that checkpoint, but overtime has been triggered. Big Ben trying to contest it, gets zoned off though, and is taken out. And that is going to be a checkpoint take. Having to reset their spawn timer. Knight jumps over the edge, and looks like OG Scatman is going to have to do the same. Pretty unlucky spawns there, as now they have to reset, and they can't hold very aggressively. And now looks like Damage Inc. wants to utilize that a little bit, but they aren't going to be too aggressive here. OG Scatman has swapped over to the Orisa for for this final stretch here. There's only a minute left, and they want to take the aggression. OG Scatman gets onto the point, but a nuke zones off the rest of the team from support. Now, that has worn off. Nobody was caught by Ping's ultimate. Although Kanan was caught by a stray Doomfist. A nuke of their own does catch Raven, and with no main tank, that tactical visor from Knight is going to be doing a lot of work, able to take out 4 members of the side of Damage Inc. There is the Meteor Strike. Sky Surfer, looking to just use that to escape, does do so. And now there's just one ultimate on the field. It is that nano boost on Lost Sight. We'll see how they use it on what could be one of the final defenses here. Now, Sky Surfer wanting to engage onto that backline. Can't quite do it, but Raven is able to follow up and get a kill onto OG Scatman with no main tank. Hardrockers is in a little bit of a tough spot. Raven uses the Primal Rage to jump around, do a lot of zoning. Kanan nano boosted is able to pull out the Dragon Blade, but taken out shortly afterwards. That is devastating, as 2 ultimates were used and wasted. There is the nuke, is able to get a kill onto Libri, who was on the Mercy. That is quite a bit of healing. That is now missing. Atomic knocked out of the mech, taken out in the end. We're coming down to this final stretch here, and will they be able to do it? Damage Inc. is is pushing pretty well here. OG Scatman has swapped over to the Hammond and is trying to contest the point, able to get a little bit of spin, but that is a pretty tight space. You can't quite get the full momentum going. We see the Scatman struggling with that a little bit, but they are able to push the Damage Inc. off of that payload and will be completing round 1. Damage Inc. able to push that payload all the way to 82.44 meters, and that's pretty far. What do you think we might be seeing from Hardrockers on their offense here?
I think definitely the Hardrockers can go through with their full aggression strategy. Of course, I am still a little bit blind here. I have not been able to see the live game, but judging from what I've been able to catch on the stream here, Hardrockers did fall a little bit to their own aggressive strategy that Damage Inc. did employ, but they should be able to return in kind with this very same aggression.
So now Hardrockers wanting it to formulate their offense here. Looks like Kennen is going to be sticking onto the Genji, which did have some pretty interesting impact in the last game, whereas it looks like it's going to be a dive defense. And we do know that dive defense can be, or is very effective on the Gibraltar defense here. And we'll see how all that plays out as now the gates are open. Both teams are wanting to get onto a point. Knight making a quick swap over onto the Bastion. Looks like it's going to be Pirate Ship, as now OG Scatman has also swapped over to the Orisa. And instantly, that's going to be a kill on to Raven. It's going to be a very difficult composition to deal with. A surprise hook onto Sky Surfer is going to pull that Doofus into their death. Head would try to get a little bit of a cheeky peek from behind. Gets taken out in return, as well as Pigs did try to get onto the point and contest it. Hardrockers with a very good offense here, as they are already approaching that last stretch to point A. Swapping over now to the Orisa. Raven, that barrier falls so quickly against that Bastion, and one more contest, 0.02 meters to go to that checkpoint. Will they be able to contest it and push back Hardrockers? Doesn't look like it, as Knight is able to set back up and push that payload the rest of the way. Now Sky Surfer having to retreat on the Junkrat. Doesn't get picked out, although Pings was hooked back in, taking a lot of damage, but is able to get back to behind that Arista shield. Atomic is going to be the one pulled in, but ends up pulling in a hog a little bit stronger than themselves. Atomic able to get the kill, does fall while trying to retreat. Knight continuing just to sit on that payload, doing as Bastions do, just wanting to tear down barriers and health bars. Has swapped over to configuration tank. Gets hacked though, so won't be able to stay alive too long after they get killed by Hedwig. Amplification Matrix has gone up to output a little bit of extra damage from Big Ben and Lost Sight, and is able to keep OG Scatman alive for quite a while here. Is able to get back onto the point, is hacked, but that barrier is already up. Celebri trying to get on top of OG Scatman, isn't able to get any kills though, as Kings is taken out. There are the bongos, but an EMP knocks everything out, and Knight having to back up. Lost Sight wanting to back up as well, gets taken out by the tire, as now they're going to have to retreat. So how is this pirate ship composition working out for them? And it looks like they're not going to continue it any further. And now Knight on swapping over to the Doomfist is looking for waiting for the team to come with them, get ready to engage, swapping over to the Winston. OG Scatman up inside of the ship. Atomic is hooked out of it, gets hacked as well, isn't able to use the defense matrix to stay alive any longer, or rather to stay in mech any longer. Atomic is now in Baby Diva form, wanting to get that back, isn't able to do it, gets hooked and taken out before the Transcendence can get to him. So Big Ben ended up using the Transcendence for just Lost Sight, who did fall. 3 minutes left on the clock, as now Hardrockers wants to find a way to break this defense, crack this oyster open, and get the Pearl inside. Sitting on just one ultimate, the Dragon Blade might be waiting for the nano boost to combo that together, but right now Lost Sight is sitting on just 53%. Now that will be quite a bit of waiting. The Meteor Strike is available on Knight's Doomfist, and we'll see if they use that in this fight. There is the engage. Knight going to be using the Meteor Strike straight away when you get an idea of where they should be coming down, and decides to use it in the doorway. Is able to take out Celebri with it. Kaden now using the Dragon Blade, swiping away, is able to pick up a kill onto Sky Surfer, and Kings is close to follow. Trying to contest the point a little while longer. Raven is going to be taken out. Now Lumpy Milk on there is going to be riding around for a while, but can't contest the point any longer. So Libri swapping over to the Moira to put maybe out a little bit more damage, isn't able to do it. OG Scatman doing huge work here contesting this point. Now using the Primal Rage to try and push everybody off of it. Now the Hammond will be getting on there. Going to be seeing pings on that now. Is able to get a little bit of a spin there, but once again, it's a little bit of a difficult spot to do it in. Gets boot back, is able to get the ground pound, doesn't quite catch anybody with it though. One more Meteor Strike to help secure the point is just Celebri left. Raven wanting to contest it yet again, trying to get every precious second taken away. Now Sky Surfer trying to just get a little bit of a respawn reset there. Getting onto the point is taken out, as now Hedwig has swapped over to the McCree. And payload is moving forward. OG Scatman just sitting on the point along with two other members of the team that is moving forward at maximum speed. And they are going to continue to keep this dive competition. There is the tire, is going to be taken out in time. Big Ben gets killed by that object of destruction. It looks like there is quite a bit of follow-up as well from the rest of Damage Inc. as Hardrockers are pushed back to the spawn. And now wanting to find a way to get onto this point, get a good engage. Knight has swapped over to the Widowmaker for trying to get a good pick. This is a great spot for it. Now there is Kaden. The Nano Blade comes out to pick up a double, wanting to follow up onto Lumpy Milk, is able to do so. Now on to Celebri, able to get a little bit of deflect action in there and is able to get the kill. Now, it's going to be one by one coming out of this spawn, and it could end here. Or we could be going to map 4. We'll see what happens here as Hardrockers is wanting to hold on to this as much as they can. They are caught inside of a Graviton Surge. Will they be able to survive? The nuke comes through to try and zone off, try and create some space for him, and it did work. Wasn't able to get any kills though. Now Raven on the Hammond is trying to contest the point. Is able to use the ground pounds to get some good knockouts. Grapple doesn't quite connect and is dropped very low, but able to get some heals. And that Zarya Bubble is doing great work. Is able to get up onto the high ground to take out Knight, and that is pretty much a team wipe for the side of Damage Inc. There's just 3 meters left, 2.89 to be exact, and we'll see if they're able to pull that, be able to pull off this defense as Damage Inc. wants to get to a map 5. There's just 42 seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last fight of Watchpoint Gibraltar. Raven is back using that Wrecking Ball in classic fashion to knock around the enemy team, but they are grouped back up, ready to output the damage. Hulk comes in to pull the enemy team together. Atomic cleaning out the back line, taking out Sky Surfer. Pings does get a kill onto Cannibal. Will that be enough? Hulk comes in, but there is the Graviton Surge. OG Scatman doesn't care, able to use the Fortified to get away. The hard mines on the point now. That's a lot of damage scattered around the field. Atomic cannot stay on there for long. Knight on the Sombra is going to have to contest the point. Will they get taken out though? Won't be able to do it, and that is going to be a successful defense. Damage Inc. is going to take us to map 5.
Play of the game.
We're going to be seeing Kanan with the play of the game. That Nano Blade jumping on to the back line, and it's doing a lot of, we did a lot of great work there, but it was not enough to secure the point. That's, obviously pretty difficult for the side of Hardrockers here. They had the chance to take the match in their hands, the whole game for today, but they weren't able to do it. We're going to be taking a short 2-minute break, and we're going to be back to go on to map 5. And we are back for map 5, Hardrockers versus Damage Inc. I now do not have to solo cast. Matthew Tuesday is back is ready to cast with us.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Overwatch is back. I'll sort that out. Seems to be a common problem as of these past few weeks. Losing a rendering device.
It is
you know
what
what?
it is.
We're back. We're ready to cast Ilios.
It wouldn't be a NA community league stream if there weren't many issues throughout the production, but that's part of the charm of it all as we work through it together. Now, compositions. We're seeing on the side of Hardrockers what we have been seeing from them, but we are seeing a few different things on the side of Damage Inc.
We're seeing a more dive-oriented composition with the Lucio and the Farmer C, ready to take it to the skies, rain down this very open map, not very many roofs to hide yourself from Pharaoh rockets. So we're gonna see how Sky Surfer can play it for Damage Inc.
There's not really a whole lot of counter to that Farmer C on the side of on the side of Hardrockers here, and that is evident immediately as they are all wiped out, knocked over the edge by 3 different types of CC.
Every single player of Hardrockers, aside from Lost Scythe, just got moved off the edge.
That is pretty rough.
That is not how you want to start out first round of the last map.
And see if that continues. Maybe Hardrockers doesn't have the stamina for a game 5. We'll see how that plays out, as now Raven, caught by a little bit of a halt, is able to get into a little bit of a cheeky spot, able to get healed back up by the team. Hook doesn't connect onto that cheeky gorilla and is able to follow up onto a kill onto OG Scatman with no main tank. Hardrockers, they have to be careful, and they're going to have to fall back for now.
Raven playing that expertly, putting in the that little cheeky rooftop to where Hardrockers could not go and get him without being targeted by Skysurfer.
As now look, this is looking pretty good for Hardrockers, as they have picked up several kills, are able to take out that pesky flying duo Knight. Swapping over to the Ashe, kind of predictably, as we mentioned, there was no sort of counter to that duo before, and that does allow them to take the point, but not after a little bit of contention from Lumpy Milk.
Knight just switching over to the Ashe fairly recently, already having Bob online, ready to counter any sort of dive attempts that Damage Inc. would like to go for here. And now, wanting to get on top of the enemy, I think that's Raven using the Primal Rage. There's the Rocket Rock as well, doesn't catch anybody. OG Scatman able to follow up onto the kill. Nuke comes through, doesn't catch anybody, and this is still looking good for Hardrockers. Bob has come out, dumping quite a bit of damage, but not enough to pick up any kills of their own. Raven, pretty low, is able to get out and back to the team. OG Scatman, expert reactionary shield to block the rocket barrage from Sky Surfer there, able to take down the Farmer C, which has been giving them the most trouble as of yet on this point here.
Thank you.
And right now sitting at 56%, the percentages are about to even up. Knight up on the high ground, able to get a little bit close, but it's a little bit of an awkward angle for that Ashe. Lumpy Milk is able to knock them off of the high ground. Able to use the coach, going to get right back up on there. Doesn't matter, as Sky Surfer is doing a lot of work on the point. Will it be enough though, using the Wraith form to dodge Atomic's whole hog? You know, who isn't able to dodge that Celebri, taken out by the hook. As Lumpy Milk goes over the edge to deny the ult charge. It's looking pretty good for Hardrockers as they now round out 85% on the point.
Combination of the Arisipol plus the dragons, a pseudo crab dragons combo. Not able to pick up a kill, but able to split the team enough to where they are able to pick off any stragglers from Damage Inc.
And Bob coming in to try and slow down Damage Inc. as they make for a pretty convincing push to the point. They're now contesting it, and they do manage to take it from behind. Hardrockers back, and that is going to be pretty much white. Knight trying to get away, trying to not get staggered out. We'll be able to get to that mega health pack. Lumpy Milk wanting to follow up onto it, hit by the Coalescence Orb a little bit, able to get back to the team, able to get healed up.
The switch from Raven, who is now a Reinhardt, onto the Orisa, able to put the Orisa shield down, hit right in front of Bob, negating pretty much all of Bob's damage during that team fight.
As now the Coalescence comes through from Lost Side, trying to keep the team of a Whole Hog from pings to try and push the enemy team away. OG Scatman doesn't care, using the Fortify. Get right up onto the point. Does get charged into the wall, though, for massive damage, and does get taken out. Bob is doing work, and OG Scatman revived by Big Ben. That's the main tank. Back up, trying to push Raven back. Fortify stops the charge this time. And Raven is pushed mostly on the point, trying to get back on there to contest it, trying to get to their healers. But right now is looking pretty worse for Where is dropping low and does fall as Atomic uses the Whole Hog to clear off any people who may try to get onto the point. That's a quadra kill for the Hog. Overtime ticks down, and that's going to be first point of Helios going to Hardrockers.
There is nothing scarier than having a whole hog, Roadhog, in your face with an Orisa Bongo powering him up to the max, able to get the quad, securing the kill. And I just want to point out how many Bobs that Knight had over the course of that one round. He had one just about every team fight, able to just contest the point with Bob acting like a player, and also just putting out massive damage onto, if not the players of Damage Inc., but their shields, making sure they didn't have anything to block any more damage from the rest of the Hardrockers.
And this is a first for today. We're going to be getting a Widow duel on Ruins, of course, as you oftentimes do on this map. Looks like we're not going to be getting one straight away yet, but keep an eye on that, ladies and gentlemen, as both teams start engaging on each other. Kanan able to shut down maybe a little bit overconfident Doomfist trying to get onto the team, and that is going to give Hardrockers a little bit of advantage to start pushing forward. Both Widowmakers trying to get an advantage on each other. So far, none are going to be getting the advantage quite yet, but Atomic is going to be picking up a double kill. Sky Surfer once again trying to get onto the back line, trying to cause some damage. Is not able to do it, and Knight does pick up the kill onto Hedwig.
Both teams running a very similar dime composition, but Atomic is able to just secure the kills on the low health stragglers, such as Lumpy Milk, who we saw there earlier in the fight.
As there is the Infrasight that is going to give a lot of valuable information to the side of Hardrockers. Coalescence coming from Celebri is going to be giving the team quite a bit of heals as they start pushing forward. That has now worn off, and now it's just plain old Mora orbs and left clicks. But will that be enough? So far, it looks like it is, as Raven is able to pick up a kill onto Knight. Kanan onto Sky Surfer, a nuke coming through, isn't going to be catching anybody, and Ping's getting right back into the mech. Is able to get a kill onto Big Ben. Lost Scythe down as well, but Atomic coming in for a double of their own right now. Raven was the last one contested. The point was taken out. Atomic trying to get forward onto the MBT, was knocked out of mech and taken out. Kanan, the last one contesting the point. Will they be able to do it? Able to pick up a kill onto Headway. Looks like be able to stall it out for the team to get there, as Big Ben and Lost Scythe are able to get their device support. Not able to get to Kanan though. Taken out by Raven, who hunted them down and took out the bow-wielding Hanzo there. Now, Atomic on the point, trying to contest it a little while longer. We are going to be rounding out 85% here. It's been a very long fight from both sides. Otis Catman using the Primal Rage to try and get onto that backline, try to get onto Hedwig. Hedwig able to get away though. So is Lumpy Milk getting back onto the point. Raven has picked up a double kill on the Primal Rage in the meantime, and that is going to give him a lot of advantage. 99% overtime has been activated, and so far 0% for the side of Damage Inc. Looks like they may be able to take the point here, though, as OG Scatman is taken out, and that is it. They do take the point, and this is their chance.
Hardrockers able to stall to 99%, but right in the middle of that fight, you may have missed it. Raven, during his Primal Rage, jumped into the backline and took out Knight, allowing Hedwig to just basically have free reign over the Hardrockers to just put the damage down. He and Raven able to secure most of the kills during that team fight.
Now Hedwig up on the back, trying to get a little bit of a cheeky snipe there. Isn't able to find it quite yet. Mines onto the field. Dragon Strike as well. Sound Barrier to try and keep the members of Hardrockers up, and so far they are able to do work, taking out 2 members of the opposition. Starting to contest the point, starting to capture it. Rez comes through onto the lost side. Lucio back and ready for more. Kanan trying to get away from Kings on the hammer. Isn't able to do so, but Kings has fallen. Enough damage did come through, trying to contest the point a little while longer. Sky Surfer is able to get onto Knight and take them out, but cannot survive OG Scatman with the Primal Rage. Now Raven using an ultimate of their own to contest this point. And so far it is working. Overtime has been triggered, though, as Hardrockers were able to take the point back. Will they be able to do it, as now Pings trying to swing around the point a little bit, trying to get some damage out. He isn't able to do it for too long. Atomic launched against the wall, is able to use the nuke to get the mech back and zone the point for a little bit, stalled for some time for the team to get there. But Mines, once again, from Ping, are going to make it incredibly difficult to get onto that point. And it looks like they may have to give that point up. Atomic falls straight onto the Mines. Baby Diva does manage to not land on them, but taken out by the team, as the point does transfer yet again over to Damage Inc.
You might have been able to see as Pings fell in the middle of that fight. Raven was able to use his AoE Tesla cannon to get Primal Rage installed just long enough for the rest of his team to respawn and come back, and they were able to win the war of attrition and beat out the Hardrockers to recapture the point, all while on overtime.
As now Hardrockers have got to be feeling the pressure. They want to take this point. If they do, then they can take the win here. But can they break through this defense? Using the Infor Sight, that's going to give them a little bit of extra information. And now looks like OG Scatman trying to use it to get onto the backline does fall with no main tank. We're going to be seeing Meteor Strike coming from Sky Server, trying to get onto Knight. Does do so and does get the kill. Overtime has been triggered. It's 99%. It's not the 3rd point, so we won't be getting that much pressure coming through, but they want to stop this here. Hardrockers trying to take the point, is able to get a kill onto the Doomfist, but not able to get the secure cannon. Using the High Noon, is able to pick up a double kill on the Lumpy and Pings. Now, with a lot of extra breathing room, OG Scatman is back onto the point, ready to contest it, trying to get that ultimate back. Then getting a little bit close to the ultimate. There is the nuke to clear the point. Overtime takes down, and that is it. Hardrockers is going to be winning today.
You saw it on the first point, you saw it on the second point. The Hardrockers, the tank players, surely being the MVPs of the final fight there, with Atomic getting the big whole hog on the first point, and OG Scatman with a Winston bubble protecting the high nooning McCree, able to get the 2 picks to secure them the victory and the match today.
What disappointing, I did not see the wave after that far play, the salutes, but it was still pretty fantastic to watch, and it's been edge of our seat all night tonight. But in the end, Hardrockers is able to edge out the opposition and take the win. But, of course, as GGs go around between the teams, it's time for us to talk about who we think the MVPs of the match are. And we've seen a lot of really big plays from lots of people, but I think I am going to give it to Knight. Today, for me, I think although mostly just stacked with the Symmetra, was able to use Ashe incredibly effectively, especially in Game 5, and also winning out the Widowmaker duel for the most part against Hedwig, which really helped them on Ruins. What do you think?
Of course, Knight, incredible DPS play, as you said, his Ashe, especially on the very first map there on Ilios, able to lay down the law, keeping the Pharmercy out of the game, getting Bob pretty much every single fight. But I think my MVP award is going to go to OG Scatman. I feel like his positioning and how often he can just create space and make sure that the Hardrockers can either continue their aggression or secure a point is just invaluable.
It was pretty huge. OG Scatman was one I was having to debate out in my head as well. So, are you all watching? Put who you think is the MVPs of the day in the chat. And for now, it is time to sign off. Thank you all very much for watching. If you want to join the Discord, check out below the stream. Click on that little panel there. You can join the Discord, get into the LFT channel if you desire, and try to find a team for yourself if you want to play in the Rose Cup. Or you can just follow us there to figure out when exactly we're going to be streaming. Or, of course, you can follow us here on Twitch. I've been the Litzy. You can follow me at the Litzy at all of the appropriate places. Joined today by Matthew Tuesday.
I do not have any social medias. You cannot follow me anywhere. I apologize.
Anonymous. Incognito.
I'm just a man who likes to lurk in communities and, make some friends along the way.
And so, thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time here at the Rose Cup.